you can start to trust what you experience.
Especially for people who are coming out of spiritual ideologies that are based on not trusting yourself. That's a big part of the recovery. For a lot of people, it's not necessarily going back to the self-trust you had before it was eroded through these ideologies. A lot of people didn't learn to trust themselves growing up. It's going to be an even bigger process, learning the value of self-trust and starting at square one with that.
Yeah, and I think that would be my message is if you so every one of these teachings takes a leap of faith. So I'm saying, why not try the leap of faith of saying, I know I can trust myself? What would be the harm in trying that?
That's a very powerful message for people. Yeah, especially ones that, like I said, that have had their self-trust, whether it started high or started low, just so mangled. To even start just exploring or dipping their toes into, what if I did trust myself? What would that look like? What would that mean? To hear other people say that is so important because, and I can tell you something that's really disturbing just around this whole ideology, the no self ideology. And when you get into a lot of these the YouTube gurus, where it's people just coming in hard and trying to tear you down, that there's a huge narrative there of don't trust yourself. That the problem is that you trust yourself, right? Don't trust the voice in your head. Do not trust your thoughts. Do not trust your ego. It's lying to you. It's manipulating you. It's villain, right? What came up for me is just how hard it would be to hear somebody say, just trust yourself. Coming out of the spirituality I came out of, because hearing somebody say that, you're going to gaslight yourself. I was listening to one of my previous favorite non-dual teachers, going back through and listening to the conversations that they're having with their audience members at their events. And I was listening to a woman come up doing exactly what you said. She seemed to be really in distress, and she was saying, how do I trust myself? And he goes, stop trusting yourself.
Here's a clip of that conversation.
I don't think I'm getting the full thing. I don't.
So what's your question for me?
I guess to express that and ask, how do I trust myself? I feel like I've gotten really good at trusting myself. Maybe it stopped at a certain level or something, you know?
Don't.
Don't what?
Don't trust yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
At the end of the day, authoritarianism is marked by breeding self-mistrust, convincing people that they can't trust their own discernment. And no matter what paradigm you're in or what spiritual path you're in, simply having someone or any ideology dictate that to you is authoritarian and comes with all the problems of that. There's just no way to get around that.